I don't like not. I hate sitting around the house all day long.
Oh, me too.
Shit, the last 6 weeks.
That's the whole reason we're at this podcast right now. Welcome to the Full Charge Power Hour.
Oh, I don't have any.
I'm Matt Fulcheron, and
that's why.
and I'm here with Bryan Erwin. We're having technical difficulties. Please stand by.
No, don't. I'll find it.
Patreon.com / the Full Charge. Donate some money. I just spent. You can't even say it out loud. We need the money for the studio. Let's have it. If you listen, pledge $1 or something. Let's keep us in the studio. We love the studio. Don't you feel better being back in the studio, Bryan?
I feel better just because we have. I feel always safe. Aaron's like a. How can you explain him? It's like he's like your grandmother that always made you feel safe. No, I don't mean it like that way, Aaron. I'm just saying it's like. But you felt safe. Like, you know, your parents could drop you off at like a grandparent's house or something and you felt safe. Yeah. That's like being around Aaron and being able to do this podcast around you. It feels safe, so you can already just get going.
Aaron is home cooking.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. That's better. Do you like that one better, Aaron?
Yeah.
You've heard of chicken noodle soup for the soul? This is just home cooking in general for the soul. Home cooking for the algorithm. You know, it's nice to be like, hey, Aaron, can we get a clip? I mean, if you watch the videos, the few videos that made it to YouTube from the era when we were at the other studio, I'm like, there's smoke coming off the top of my head, just trying to figure out all the things I had to do. And then the editing afterwards was a nightmare. This Aaron just hands them to me. And I'm on my way. What
the beauty of the last studio was because of certain camera angles, you were both recording the show and simultaneously the behind the scenes at the same time. Yeah. With at least one of the cameras. Yeah. So they could, in theory, if you allowed it, just seen the sheer chaos. Yeah. That ensued technically. Well, it was all technical stuff. It wasn't anything we were doing, physically. Right. It was just a technological failure on a weekly basis. Sometimes the machines themselves didn't work properly. Yeah. It was a rough time in the Full Charge Power Hour, and God knows there's been a lot of those. It was one of the. We've had so many different eras of this podcast. It's ridiculous. That was the technical difficulty era. First of all, I've had 4 podcasts, and this podcast has had like 10 different eras. That was the technical difficulty era. Yeah. The pandemic era, we got by just because it was the pandemic, but that was just all on Zoom. Yeah. Can I real quick to get back to your special? Because I love this. I think one of the first things you should showcase on the show is the opening. Yeah. And we should talk about that because there's so much behind it and how cool it is and just all that stuff. I love the opening. Thank you. I'm glad you like the opening because I got advice from people not to do that opening. But I stand by. During this whole production and preparation and post-production for this special, I've been reading a lot of Rick Rubin. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, make what you would like to see. Make the special you want to see. Well, it's your personality built into it. Yeah. It's I mean, look, they may not understand where it came from, but you were influenced by things in your life, and that's how it came out that way. And that's, to me, that's why I love it. And I've seen 8 billion comedy specials. Ladies and gentlemen. And there's all the ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, and just the hyped up audience. Yeah. And, spoiler alert, I skipped that. And thank you for that, because you're one of the people that made me realize, because I showed it to a professional editor, and he wanted me to do all this crazy stuff up front to get people's opinions. And then I show, to get people's attention. Yeah, I'm super excited to show it. I'm super excited the way it turned out. And that's it. That's why I'm putting it out. That's why I'm simultaneously planning the rollout while trying to sell it, because I want to get it out there. I've done 3 social media videos already, and I realize I got to cool it with that. But I've just been sitting on this footage for 6 months, and I'm dying for people to see it. Yeah, you're excited. Yeah, I'm excited. And I wish I was excited about something that I've done in my life, and so eventually maybe I'll get there. Well, we're talking about, before this camera started rolling, we started talking about a project we wanted to do together. Yeah. And that's going to be fun too. Yeah. Last week, or even it was like, I just put it out a couple days ago, we had Chris Fairbanks on. Yes. And love that guy. My friend's wife
sent me the article from the New York Times.
Okay.
And I was like, that's funny. That's my friend Chris. We just had him on. And I realized it's the first time ever on this podcast we've had like an exclusive.
Oh, really?
We've had like somebody from a current news story on to talk about the news story. We had him on the day after that news story came out, and then we put it out a day after that. So we're only 2 days behind the story.
There it is.
Yeah. This is weird. A weird thing happened to me. I was talking to Claude Stewart, friend of the show, and he works for Comics Unleashed and that whole Byron Allen division.
Yeah, the
of
replacement
comedy.
of Stephen Colbert's show. That's what it is now. You know that, right?
I do know that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to choose my words carefully here.
Why?
It's not as popular as the Colbert Show.
No, but you're just stating fact. I saw the numbers.
Yeah,
I saw I think Colbert
yeah.
on average got around 3 million, 3.4 million or something like that. And this came out at about 1.1. But people don't understand there's a reason why they went with this.
Yeah.
It's paid for.
That's right. So they get their money up front. CBS gets their money up front. And then it's Byron Allen's problem.
Correct. And here's the thing. I have the utmost respect for what Byron Allen has gone and done since, what was he in, Real People? Or was
Yeah.
what was a TV show he started on that kind of made?
He was on
name
Real
for himself?
People.
And the guy turned himself, he just started acquiring shit and just started going, he started doing syndication. I mean, genius. Really, when you think about it, it's genius. I mean,
he's kind of a mogul.
yeah.
He is a mogul.
He
He's
is
not
a mogul
kind
now.
of a mogul.
Yeah, no, he's a mogul now.
Now everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, this is not a new thing to him either.
No.
This is his business model.
This is his business model.
And he's finally moved into the big leagues
Yep.
with this. Primetime television. But I was talking to Claude and I go, yeah, I really liked the first Comics Unleashed I taped. I actually got a bunch of views on YouTube, the cut with just me on it. And it aired a lot. Every time I was on the road, 3 or 4 times I've seen it on TV. Airing, not airing live, but what do you even call that nowadays?
Pre-recorded.
It's pre-recorded, but it's on TV. It's just on TV. I'm watching it on TV.
Oh, you're watching at the same time.
On cable.
Okay.
At the same time it's being released to the world.
Okay.
I've seen it like 3 or 4 times that way.
Okay.
And then the second time I did it, I didn't really like it. The audience was kind of offended by some of the things I was saying. And Byron was going to the next comic before I would even get to the punchline on a couple jokes. And I remember getting off the stage and being like, that wasn't what I wanted. And I never saw it because of that. And I never had anyone reach out to me and say they saw it, et cetera, et cetera. So we're talking about this. And then I get home and my wife says, hey, my mom texted me. She saw you on Comics Unleashed tonight. And she described what I was wearing. And I was like, that's the episode I didn't know ever aired, and the episode I've never seen.
Wait, the Colbert slot already?
Yes.
That was quick.
Which is strange that they're going to something from 12 years ago.
I don't know. You need to find it now. See how it played out.
I still don't want to see it. But I do think it's strange that...
I do.
I think it's strange that my mother-in-law knows something about my career that I don't. Like, she's seen that now, and I haven't. Which is kind of weird, right?
No. You made something that's supposed to go on television. The odds of somebody seeing it before you or someone you didn't expect to see it are greater, especially when it's on CBS.
Yeah.
If it was on,
That's true.
right? If it was on basic cable back in the day, that's a subcategory, which means you have to be wanting to watch that channel.
Right.
You have to make a choice
Right.
to watch that channel. People of a certain generation, CBS, ABC, NBC, that's just part of their life.
That's
dude.
entertainment.
Yeah.
So don't you think it's weird, though, that they went to a 12-year-old taping?
Oh, as long as they didn't go to a 12-year-old. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, for their entertainment. I mean, because be poop and fart jokes all the time. But I guess that is comedy still. But
That's my favorite kind.
it is interesting because they've been retaping for how long now?
Months.
Huh.
I guess they're already caught up with that.
I don't know where it was airing previous to. Where was it? Do you know where it's been airing?
It has been on CBS, but later.
Oh,
the night.
even later.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
okay.
it's on at 11:30.
Okay, well, I guess somebody said, can we open up this vault of stuff we've been hiding?
Yeah, but it's weird. Like, what? Yeah.
Was there, put it this way, was there a joke that you did in there that is a time capsule or not? Was it all evergreen?
No. And
All right.
yeah, no, that's how they like the material on
Evergreen?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's good for my mother-in-law to see it because it's like, it's also clean.
That's true.
You know, like it has to be clean to get on that show.
I wonder if it will. Well, which is interesting because the standards are different after 10 p.m. at night.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but they may also want it that way because it's more advertisers, more availability to advertisers.
Yeah, he's really responsible for that advertising based on his business model.
Hey, look, if he's been growing, so it must work.
Yeah, no, he
Not
knows what
must.
he's doing,
It is
man.
working.
I got a message from LifeLock. Do you use any service that makes sure you don't get ripped off or your identity stolen?
So we had LifeLock for free probably 10, 15 years ago when something we were using got hacked.
Yeah.
Since then, no. But I will also tell you, I think once every 3 or 4 months, some service, whether it's whatever we've used, we get constantly that somebody's been hacked and you get offered X amount of months free of something. Yeah.
Well, I was in the middle of something, a busy day, and I got this message in my email from LifeLock that said, "We've noticed some suspicious activity on your social media." And then I check it out, and it says, on your YouTube account, someone has posted something discussing profanity, sexual language, and drug use.
I'm listening.
And
Keep
I'm
going.
like, hi, Matt Fulcheron. Nice to meet you. They're just like my social media account got flagged by LifeLock because it was too dirty, and drug use was discussed, and sex was discussed, and there's profanity, and they're like, hey, you might want to take this down.
Hold on a second. A service you pay for flagged you? I thought you were talking about somebody was in the comment section, which is pretty typical, right? Of like hatred and racism almost immediately for no reason. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
So they flagged the dude. Like, I'm going to give you guys some money, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna go ahead and go through your stuff."
Right.
Turns out we need to scrub you.
Yeah. Listen, if they knew how to book clubs, I could use them as my agent. I do think that's what's holding us back.
You need to use that from here on out.
Yeah, for sure.
This is what LifeLock thinks of me.
Yeah, I know. LifeLock review. That should be on like
LifeLock review.
That should be on the poster of my special. LifeLock flagged.
As seen on
Yeah.
Comedy Central, blah blah blah, and LifeLock.
And LifeLock profanity police. And that's all I got to talk about for today. So, Aaron, I'm sorry we're gonna have to put you to work today,
No problem.
and we're gonna look at some clips.
Sure.
Oh, can I say something while you're waiting?
Yes.
I can't tell you, and you've known me for a long time, and this is going to sound weird, but I can't tell you how happy I am that both of my kids are now graduated from high school.
Huge accomplishment, by the way.
I had nothing to do with it. They just, humans just do their thing, and eventually your clock runs out on school, right?
You made it possible for them to get to school. You made sure they had lunch. I'm sure you helped them with their homework.
No.
You did fundraisers for the school.
But no on the homework.
You were there. You helped. You
no
helped.
on the homework. I want to be very clear on that.
Okay. Did anyone help them on the homework?
My wife.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, my wife is smart. I have no interest. I tried to get out of, though I have both a high school and a college degree, I cannot tell you how hard I tried to not do anything in both of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally, yeah.
That was
to squeak by, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the smart way, probably not, but whatever. Too late now. But anyway, I'm just glad. At first I wondered, like, as a parent, like, that whole time in your life is over.
Yeah.
And how I was going to feel about it, and I kind of feel relieved. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I'm fine with moving on.
Yeah.
I'm okay with not having little kids or kids in general anymore. I like the fact that I have young adults now.
I think it's a good thing.
Can't.
Because there's got to be a concern for their safety when they're young, for just basically just get them that bare minimum of that high school education. It's not everybody makes it through.
Well, there's that, and there's also, to be honest with you, there's just too much drama in school.
I know.
All the way up through high school. Like, and I'm not talking about kids.
Yeah.
I'm talking about adult drama.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm done with, you don't get that shit in college.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, no,
You're so, like, when your kids are like, I want to go to that college, you're like, great, see ya.
Yeah.
You're on your own, man.
Right.
That's between, you don't want to go to school today, that's between you and your college.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a parent problem anymore. It is if it's costing you a shitload of money.
It's not a daily thing.
No, it's not. And
you're not dealing with other people's parents that go to that college.
Correct. And also the professors are not calling you at home to ask you why your kid didn't show up today.
It's like they didn't show up. That's their problem.
Their problem.
That is their problem.
I'm looking forward to it so much.
Yeah.
We are done.
Yeah. I'm happy for you, dude.
The only thing I don't like, and I told you this off air, is there's a few graduation parties that we are going to.
Yeah.
And I went to graduation parties when I was a kid. I did not go to any my oldest did not. They were all kids only ones, which means drinking only parties.
Yeah. I did that. Those were fun.
Which, by the way, my oldest son. The first party he went to, this is a generation, by the way, for those of you who are not familiar, this is one of the first generations where drinking is really not a thing. Weed smoking is a little more of a thing because obviously it's more accessible than it's ever been.
That's not good for a party, though.
But because they didn't drink a lot, now it's graduation, so let's party.
Yeah.
That's a bad mixture. It's already a bad mixture to have. You and I have been through a lot. We've talked about this before, but through a lot of high school parties. You don't make a lot of good alcohol choices.
Yeah, be careful what you say because I don't want this to get flagged by lifelock. What's a good party choice?
So my son, he goes, the first party he went to, pulls up, there's already someone running out of the house vomiting all over the front yard.
Nice.
So he's already seen one person who clearly did not know how to drink, and he's already saying, all right, I'm going to temper myself tonight.
Right.
Thank you, person on the front lawn.
Nobody's warmed up to this. Everyone's just started drinking this week.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? This is what happens.
Right.
So he had a few drinks here and there, but overall, he was responsible about it. He didn't get drunk and come home until a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And only reason why I knew was because when I got up, I was like, why does the house smell so bad like a bar in here?
Oh, really? It smelled like stale beer?
It smelled like a frat house all of a sudden.
Yeah, right. And from what? Like clothes being spilt on?
Oh, he was puking.
Oh,
he
God
was puking
damn.
it up in a bucket in his room.
Yeah.
And all I did was I just laughed at him.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I told you.
Right.
See, here's my theory about drinking that I never really subscribed to it for a long time, but it's called sharing.
Yeah.
When you learn, because sharing is caring.
Yes, that's
true. I
true.
said, when you drink, and you know this, you're gonna drink and you're gonna hit that buzz.
Yeah.
Everything past that is fucking bad news.
Yeah. But the thing is, the buzz makes you want to get more of a buzz.
But exactly. But when you tell people from experience, it's all downhill from there. They go, yeah. You're like, okay.
Unfortunately, that's something people have to learn for 10 years straight. Am I wrong?
I think I was more like 20.
More like 25 for you and I, right? Like it just could not get it through our thick skulls.
No, I always saw pizza
which
was
became
gonna save
hollow
me.
skills. Yeah. So I remember my first year back from college. I went from being someone who drank maybe 3 or 4 times to someone who drank a couple times a week, at least once a week. And my brother's 2 years younger than me. We went to a party that summer and everybody's back from college. That's when it's really dangerous, is a year from now, when everybody's learned to drink in college and they meet at somebody's house to show each other their new skills. Right?
So true.
And we drank so much, me and my brother, that we went back to my parents' house that night and we both got up and puked in the toilet at different times during the night. My mom then says to us, we're sitting in the kitchen, my dad's at work. She goes, did you guys go to McDonald's or something and have some bad food last night? Because you both got up in the middle of the night and puked. And here's old honest Abe, George Washington, I cannot tell a lie. I'm like, oh no, Mom. We just drank so much last night that we got sick. And which is fine for me. Right? Like, I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I'll face my punishment if there is one. But my brother, he's 17. He's like, What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you're doing this. You're doing this now? And my mom totally gave me an out. My mom's like, here's an excuse if you want it. And I'm like, no thanks. I'll just tell you the truth. And that's why, that's part of the reason. That's why you and
your brother still don't talk to this day?
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm so pissed at being raised Catholic, because I really thought these were good skills to have. Honesty. Admitting you're wrong.
Guilt.
Yes. When the true nature of this world is you should lie at certain times.
Oh, if you want to make it in this world.
If you want to survive.
If you really, really want to make it. It's like if you're like, I need to get to here.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to do some shit.
Right. And so that was
okay with
that was a big mistake, and that's why I still am a little upset with my church upbringing, because I'm like, you guys weren't in on any of this. You just told me to do it. And I assumed we were all going to do it. Yeah. No. It's like, here's what we should be doing. We're not going to do it because then we'd be broke and friendless. Right? Like you can't go by. And Christians don't do it either.
No.
Christians are violent, confrontational, exclusive, right? Racist. A lot of modern Christians are. And somehow they just like going to church on Sunday and not doing the Christ thing on the weekdays.
I think it's all over the place. Like you were either too hardcore, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
You subscribe way too hardcore.
Right.
Like, yeah, of course there was a serpent talking and shit. You're like,
Yeah.
you're that far, right? Or you're somewhere in the middle where like, I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Sure.
Right? Like I get you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to cheat a little bit, but I'm still going to be a good person. And then it just kind of goes downhill from there of like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. Play this and use this however I want to use it.
So then I had to then stop believing to get out of that. I don't know how you can believe and still be like, no, we're good. We're good. Like God knows what a piece of shit you are, but you're still good. I don't know.
I don't know if did you ever I never did it. Did you ever go into the confessional booths ever? You did?
Absolutely,
I never
did.
I never did it. I think I bailed. I fought tooth and nail my whole entire life to not go to church with my family. Not because it had nothing to do with religion itself. I found it so boring, and I felt like I just didn't want to be taken somewhere where I was going to be bored senseless. Yeah. And I also had extreme ADHD when I was a little kid. Yeah. So I really didn't want to go, which is weird that my family would even make me go, because I can't imagine I was a good little Catholic boy sitting down during these things. It was probably annoying as shit.
Yeah,
right. The whole time. Oh, because I wanted out.
We totally acted up.
Yeah. So I never got to that part. So you actually have done the whole Father Forgive Me thing.
I did the whole thing. Yeah. You got to know all the prayers. It's been 3 weeks since my last confession. And you're
weird?
And you're a kid because you're like, what have I done wrong? I remember like scrapping for shit. I was like, I got in a fight with my friends, but it was my first confession, so it's like your first album. You get to grab everything you've ever done and sift through it and be like, I got in a fist fight with my friends.
Just to get out of it.
Yeah, just to participate in I went to Catholic school, so it was something you had to do.
Okay, so you never did it as on your own as an adult, or like, no. I don't know how quick. When did you stop going to church?
I didn't stop going to church until I was about 19 years old.
Okay, so you were still in your teens, though.
Right.
So in your late teens, did you do confessional?
No, that was not something I did often.
Okay.
Because even then, I thought it was strange. You just go in there. There's like a thin piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like in a Japanese restaurant, like those thin walls.
Yeah.
And the priest knows who you are, and you know it's the priest.
Yeah.
And so
and everybody saw you go in there.
That little opaque piece of paper, it's really not doing anybody any good as far as like secrecy is concerned.
Well, here's
I do think that the priests like to gossip. I do.
What else they got to do?
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you. The other thing, and look, you know, I often say how dumb I am, and I'm a pretty stupid guy in general. But I'm world savvy as far as things go. But I grew up watching a lot of movies, and if you watch any mafia movie, those motherfuckers are going in there.
Yeah.
And they're like, I murdered like 50 dudes yesterday, and they're like, all right, 7 Hail Marys or whatever. And like, that was my perspective. I'm like, if that's what's going on in there, what the fuck are we doing? I know that was watching a movie. My point is, it seems ridiculous.
It is funny once you apply that to The Sopranos, though, because like those guys did do that. Not really on that show. Carmela did. But they freaked out that he went to. But going to a therapist in that world is like really weird. So weird that they made 2 analyze this and analyze that, and one of the best television shows of all time, The Sopranos, based on that strange concept. But yeah, confession is just whatever. If you told your mob boss you went to confession and you confessed like the crimes, they'd be like, yeah, you got to do that, man. You know.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that was the day they saw the fishes.
It could be as well. What do I know? I don't live in that world.
Well, it's all like you said. We live in a world where who do you trust on a daily basis?
Nobody.
You have something that you want to share with somebody, and your first thought is, outside of your wife, right?
Yeah, no.
Who can I tell,
yeah,
if anybody, that I can trust with this information?
Yeah.
Already, like once you're past your wife, you're already fucked.
Yeah, and once you're saying to somebody, hey, don't tell anybody this. That shit's out there. There's no contract.
I think one of my kids I could trust. The other one, I don't know.
Yeah. I hate to say, I
see how I did that? If they were ever to hear this,
right,
they won't know which one I'm talking about.
I confide in my wife, and I will never stop confiding in my wife. But sometimes I'm unhappy that I wasn't more clear that certain things are secrets. Has that ever happened in your life, where you're like, you hear your wife telling somebody something that you're not exactly comfortable with? I can't think of any examples, but I'm like, why should you tell them that? That's not like public business. And I have to preface this by saying, just like you, if I wasn't able to talk to my wife, I would go batshit crazy.
I could talk to my wife because my wife, you won't get anything out of her.
She's a lawyer.
You couldn't even torture.
She's a lawyer.
My secrets out of her. Like, nobody should do that to her.
Yeah.
But you can't. Like, if I give her information, I know I'm good.
The vault.
Yeah. It's a vault.
Yeah.
LifeLock, dude.
Mm-hmm.
She's a different version of LifeLock.
Yeah.
I know.
She's better than LifeLock.
I spun way off. What I was going to say to you was, on the flip side of these graduation parties is when they're non-drinking parties per se. I mean, the adults can drink at these parties, but it's just the kids get together and the adults are also invited. What I don't like about those ones is they also are inviting people from the school.
Yeah.
Like, nothing against some of the people. Well, I have something against some of the people from the school.
Yeah.
And then, but in general, it's like...
Three of the people.
Yeah, but in general, it's like, we're done with you.
Yeah.
Like, why are we don't need carryover into the summer.
Yeah.
No offense.
Sure.
But you didn't want to have anything to do with us as parents when we were there.
Right.
Why should we want to have anything to do with you now that we're gone? That's
over.
my attitude.
It's over.
Like, I don't want any more pleasantries. That's the thing I'm not going to miss anymore.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking over pleasantries with all these people because there's a kid involved.
Yeah, I know. So I'm with you, man. And what I remember about these parties was you end up going to the same graduation party 5 times. Because it's like, I'm hosting one, this guy's hosting one, another person's hosting one. The same exact people are showing up, and you're talking about the same things. Luckily, in my day, it was just the kids. So we were fine with it.
Yeah.
Because we weren't going to school anymore. We didn't get to see each other as much anymore. We liked it. And then on top of that, we did something really cool in Maryland. Is like almost everybody in Maryland went to Ocean City, Maryland for an entire week. It's called Beach Week. And you just get hammered off Milwaukee's best.
Yeah.
And you do beer bongs, and it's just a mess. And there's no parents, and you eat McDonald's and Pizza Hut, and it's fantastic. It's like college without the books.
It's just so different now because so many parties include the parents now. Mm-hmm. It's just not, there's I guess you could call it codependency or whatever. Like that's part of this generation. But I agree with you. I remember we did have a lot of parties, not a ton of graduation parties, but the only ones that were highly attended were the ones that were the parents are like, we'll get you the quarter barrels and the half barrels. Like those are the parties everybody wanted to go to.
You're talking about kegs.
Graduation parties, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were the ones that were, if it was just to like, let's just all sit around for a second and chat.
Yeah.
No one was going to those.
Right. I can see that.
My parents would be like, do you want to have a party? I'm like, no. Because I already know no one's coming if there's not.
Sure.
If there's not debauchery.
Yeah.
It's school's out, right? Like Alice Cooper's got it all right. Let's go here. Come on now.
And I remember going to some parties where the parents were there, but they weren't keeping an eye.
No,
on purpose.
It's a different time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But at the same time.
What happens? I'm sorry, we can get back to it.
No. It's nothing interesting. Go ahead.
What happens when Generation X, the latchkey kid generation, we're known for being extremely independent, goes on to become the helicopter parents. What happens? How does this change happen so abruptly?
It started in the television show Chips.
Okay.
Where all of a sudden, guys in white vans without windows were driving around. And I'm being half sarcastic, but
right.
that was the types of shows.
Speaking of real people, they had entire episodes about kids getting kidnapped.
Exactly. I'm telling you, so that's where all the shit. So I'm half joking, but that's where everything started. These stories started to become. They started realizing that part of entertainment was scaring the shit out of you. Like, not like horror films scaring the shit out of you, but like real world shit trying to scare the shit out of you. Mm-hmm. So it's like one person apparently, it turns out, we don't even know if this is true to this day, apparently put something in a fucking apple, a razor blade in an apple. We to this day don't know if that actually ever fucking happened. Yeah. But it's shit like that that started snowballing and then led into the 90s, because that's when it started. Yeah, okay. It started in the 90s, where all of a sudden oversight started happening, more regulations started happening. Trick-or-treating started getting earlier, so it was less at night, started wrecking the fun part of trick-or-treating.
Or like just on the weekend. Like, what are you going to do on October 28th?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a slow build-up to... It just got to the point where everybody just started getting more and more comfortable with always being around your kids to make sure that no one's fucking with them. Yeah. And then it just like became the norm, and it actually is kind of now abnormal. It's like, it's kind of fucked up. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Even when you and I've caught myself doing it, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Right. Right? Like, yeah. Especially when your kids just get to teenage and you're looking at their friends, are like, get the fuck, and they don't say it. What? But every teenager has a look on their face that's silently saying to you, get the fuck out of here. Right. Why the fuck are you here? Yeah. You can see it in their face.
Yeah, they can't help it. They don't know they're putting it off.
And can you blame them?
No, because they don't even see you as like a legitimate person.
They don't even want you peeking in from time to time.
They don't want to see your face.
They don't want.
They don't want to see a still photograph of your ass.
Dude, they don't want my dad jokes coming in trying to be one of the guys for just one quick sec, which I am pretty fucking cool. Yeah. I want to be clear. Right. But I'm not.
I remember I was in a band and we played in the basement. And the singer's dad would come down the stairs and like kind of yell at us or make fun of us. And then every time he walked back up, I'd be like, doon, 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 doon. Play Stairway to Heaven, just to kind of fucking, it became his theme music as he walked back up the stairs. It was a laugh riot, dude.
Yeah, we're out of our minds now. We live in a world where we think that around every corner, even in your own home, stranger danger is just waiting. And if you're not there to protect your kid, it's abandonment. Sure. It's damn near abandonment.
There's no real middle ground on this.
There's not. And it's so funny that you use the term latchkey kid. I don't think those motherfuckers exist. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure some do, but now people will be like,
well, now they're like lockbox kids.
Yeah. And they're not allowed to tell anybody because the parents don't want to get arrested or some shit. Yeah. Or somebody to narc on them, you know? Right. And I'm sure there are still some communities that there are kids like that because parents have to work like 16 jobs just to survive. So latchkey probably still exists. It's just nobody uses that term anymore because I don't know if it became a negative term or what.
No, because in other words, and I'm sure this has been done to death on the internet, but kids would literally wear keys around their necks. And so the whole school would know that your parents weren't home. And there was no judgment on that. And I remember thinking, well, oh man, that's weird for those kids. And then my mom told me, she goes, yeah, I'm taking a job. And all of a sudden I had my own key. And it was all right. And I didn't care, and I didn't even get up to that much nonsense.
Dude, I went home to watch TV and eat.
I would just eat junk food, skateboard, and watch TV. And that's it. And we weren't even really up to much. We didn't take too much advantage of it, at least not me and my brother.
It's
not like you could get porn anywhere.
I know, it's bullshit. Did you
LifeLock flag?
Did your channels, one of the TV stations, play cartoons after school?
I'll tell you what happened to me.
Because that's what got me sucked in from doing anything. Is like, oh, it was like a fucking 3-hour block of fucking cartoons.
There's a reason I'm in Los Angeles, California right now, and that's because when I would go home, there was the 3 network television shows. And then there was a Channel 5 that would later become Fox, would later become the fourth network. But it was just WTTG. I think it was a Washington, D.C. station. And they would just play, it would go soap operas into my favorite, sitcom reruns.
Yeah.
So I could watch sitcom reruns from 3 p.m. till 8 p.m.
What were your favorite sitcom reruns that you were watching back then?
Let's get into this. Three's Company was my all-time favorite.
Classic. That's good. Good.
One Day at a Time
I was
was a big deal for me.
Did you like that show? Or did you watch it because you had no choice?
It was on.
Okay.
Alice, I would
liked
watch.
Alice. I don't know why I liked Alice. I liked Alice. Why? I don't know why a young teenage boy would like to show Alice, but continue.
And unfortunately, I'm starting to blank after that, but I know I would watch 5.5 hours of sitcoms.
Did you get What's Happening?
Yeah, we got What's Happening.
That was a great show.
What's
But that was
Happening?
more tuned to, I think, kids our age, too.
Yeah.
Like teenage kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
and I really can't remember, but
I know Three Stooges went on a lot back then.
Different Strokes. I don't know if that really reran. I'm honestly having a hard time blanking, but I know I watched every single episode of Three's Company, and they would play them in order. In other words, like one day you'd see season 8, episode 1, and then the next day they'd have season 8.
So they wouldn't
episode
bounce
2.
around. That's what I hated when channels did that. It's very frustrating.
It went Chrissy's cousin, and then Terry.
Now, were you,
right?
were you
in
okay
order.
with all three of them, or was there something?
I like everybody likes Chrissy.
Well, yeah,
but I had a soft, and then Cindy was just as good as Chrissy, but it just didn't click. And then Terry, you just accepted Terry. You were happy to have some stability back in your life.
You mean by a blonde-haired woman that you could be excited about as a teenage boy? Stability? Okay.
There's that, yes, but it's also okay, we got 3 seasons or so. And then you get into Three's a Crowd as well, which is the sequel to Three's Company, which is so fucked up. You know the premise of that show?
No.
Jack gets married, and his father-in-law is such a dick and hates Jack so much that he buys the apartment complex and moves into the apartment complex to cock-block Jack.
Sitcoms were so different back then, and what the shit that they were just putting out.
But they had this one character on Three's a Crowd Three's a Crowd wasn't an exceptionally great show.
I'm assuming it didn't last long either, because I don't really remember it.
I think it still lasted for about 2 seasons, which is like 50 shows, 50 episodes.
Back then, you are right. It was 22 a season, yeah.
So the best part about Three's a Crowd was they had this guy named EZ, who was like the prep cook over at Jack Tripper's restaurant, Jack's Bistro.
So it was no longer. So the Bistro, so they got rid of the...
so they have Felipe.
What was
the angry guy who didn't really like Jack, but pretended like he was.
So the Regal Beagle was out. They did not go there anymore. Larry's gone. Everyone's gone.
Yeah, Jack had his own.
He had his own bistro. Okay.
But he hired this prep cook named EZ, who was a surfer who lived in his van, and that was very much looking back as I say it out loud. Well, how can we get Spicoli on our show?
Oh, because they had to come out. So yeah.
I'm also. This is a very stream of consciousness episode. I'm also one of the only people that watched the Fast Times at Ridgemont High TV show. It was just called Fast Times.
It didn't last long, right?
No, but it had skateboarding on it and a fake Spicoli. The actor that played Spicoli is so great. He's the same guy that played Chainsaw in Summer School.
Is it one of the Ben Patton kids?
I don't know. Let's look at this.
It's a guy named Alan Campbell.
He's so funny, dude. I love this guy.
Okay.
Looks like they did 1 season, 22 episodes.
Okay, and Jessica Walter is in this show from
Arrested Development.
Arrested Development. Mm-hmm. She plays Lucille. And then, the poor woman that ended up married to Jack. We don't know much about her. Mary, it's hard to read. This is like an eye exam, yeah.
Mary Carteret.
Yeah.
Can you pull up who was in what was the Fast Times?
Fast Times. That's going to be hard to look up.
It's there.
Oh, that's got to be there. If Three's a Crowd is in there. By the way, do you remember a show called Square Pegs?
Yes.
So that's weird. I only bring this up because it's on Tubi.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, Square Pegs. I went to it. Dude, there was only 20 episodes of that ever. And it's so funny that was so ingrained in, if you grew up in that time period, that's not a lot of, that show barely, it was a blip in television history, yet everybody remembers it. It's fascinating
for a reason.
to me.
it was very unique in that it was a high school show based on new wave music, and it had a really cool theme song.
Yes.
And so it was one of the first shows to feature 80s fashion.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
it's a
like-
truly 80s
Like
television show.
neon and like jelly bracelets and like even punk rock and stuff like that. So, and I couldn't tell you any of those plots. I just know that Sarah Jessica Parker was in it.
There was quite a
and
few
it had
people
a cool
that
theme song.
went on to be relatively
Who else?
well known. I don't know. Aaron have to pull it up, but
Yeah,
there's
we're one behind on it.
you would recognize.
This is Fast Times.
Fast Times. Oh, Patrick Dempsey was in
So
it.
Ray Walston reprised as Mr. Hand.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you, Mr.
couple.
Hand.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Courtney Thorne
Oh,
Smith
there we go. Okay.
from
Summer School as well.
Summer School, but also
Melrose
Melrose,
Place.
right? Yeah.
Claudia Wells is Jennifer Parker in Back to the Future, the first
Okay.
one.
Okay.
She gets replaced by Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
In the sequels.
And then another teacher from the movie was in it.
Yeah,
Vincent.
Vincent Schiavelli.
Who played?
Yeah.
So who played the Spicoli character?
This guy Dean Cameron, who doesn't even have a photo.
That's crazy because he really
Go to Dean Cameron and see what else he did. Why does he not have a photo?
he
That's
did
crazy.
Summer School. He's chainsaw in Summer School.
But how do you? He had
Oh.
to. Why does he
looks
not
like
have
he's
any
become
photos?
a director.
Yeah. He's become a director, and he was even he was in Summer School and Ski School. He's in all the school movies.
So how does he? I think I know who that guy is.
He's an excellent comedic actor.
So it's so weird that he doesn't have a photo though.
He was also on a Saturday morning TV show that featured the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he was like this guy who was obsessed with Barry Manilow. These are his
What
credits.
are you talking about?
I'm serious. There was a.
Well, Aaron, can you
we
find
go back
that
to
show and
Dean's?
see
Can
if
we
that
go back
shows
to
up?
Dean's?
Was this the 90s or the early 2000s?
This was
Late 90s?
1988, 1989.
So early Red Hot Chili
So you know how
Peppers.
Saved by the Bell was on? Yeah, seriously, not. I think Hillel Slovak was still alive in this show.
So the Chili Peppers were like nobody really knew them except if you were a part of that scene
Okay.
back then, right?
Okay.
Like the
If you were a skateboarder, you knew who the Red Hot Chili Peppers were.
but that's a subculture. I'm saying so they had not hit mainstream
They're in
yet.
the movie Thrashin', which is one of Hollywood's first attempts at skateboarding.
Okay.
And they're in a skate video about a contest that takes place in Irvine, and they play after the
These are
skate
movies?
contest.
Or just when you say video, what do you mean?
Thrashin' is a legitimate Hollywood movie that
okay.
stars Josh Brolin.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not,
Should I watch this movie? Will I like it?
it's terrible.
Okay. So I'll love it.
But I love it because I love skateboarding.
Yeah.
And you'll love it because you love terrible 80s things.
do.
Well, it's very funny. It's about how, like, the skaters from the Valley are in a war, like a straight up violent
yes,
war with the skaters from Venice Beach.
I'm already in.
Yeah.
I'm already in. Okay.
They even have a scene where they're in a jousting thing, and they've got like these spikes on chains, and they're trying to hit each other in a ditch. Like
What are
this
they-
is just things
what are
that
they, Slipknot?
skateboarders do not do this. They'd rather skate than fight.
Well, it sounds like that seems to me like that's like maybe they were just trying to steal a little bit from the Warriors.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was like Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max is probably better. Yeah.
And yeah.
So what was the other one you were saying? So there's Thrashin', and then Red Hot Chili Peppers were in
And then
what?
there was a skateboarding contest from 1988. I forget what it's called, but it takes place in Irvine. And it basically comes down to Tony Hawk versus Christian Hosoi, which is a classic rivalry. And then the Red Hot Chili Peppers play at the end of the skate video live. They played live at the contest.
Okay.
And they filmed it. And then in this cartoon I'm thinking of, or not a cartoon, a Saturday morning show, it was really weird because it was one of the first times I've seen this on TV. The Chili Peppers were asked to lip sync, and they made it clear that they were lip syncing by
Because
like
of that,
picking, because they were
yes.
playing a bowling alley, and the drummer picks up a bowling pin and starts playing, and they're like doing the whole thing where they're not touching the guitar.
I love
and
it when
they're
artists do
just like
that.
calling out the production.
Yeah.
So it was. I remember it for that reason. When back then when you would see underground stuff
Yeah.
on mainstream television, it was like, you couldn't handle it.
So as a skater, once Mother's Milk hits and they start getting popular, are you guys done with them? Like, are they no longer?
We're
like,
very much down with them. They're still not a household name. And then the thing about the
No, I said done with them. What point are you done with them? Like they
Never.
Okay, so just because they have commercial success, you don't ditch them.
Well, it becomes a little less interesting once that 1999 Californication is when you're like, this is good, but also who cares? Everybody listens to them now.
Yeah.
So when Blood Sugar Sex Magic comes out,
Great album.
it's like you're a little bit disappointed that it's mainstream in a way, but you're also like, but this is their best album. This is what they've been trying to do. Like, they never really got there, in my opinion, until Blood Sugar Sex Magic. It was always like a novelty.
Yeah.
But now, at that point, it actually sounds good. That's when the guitar player, John Frusciante, just really clicks in.
Well, the production value is like so different.
Yeah, it's so much better than...
Yeah, it's Rick Rubin.
Yeah, Rick Rubin just
go.
makes it work.
Yeah.
You know, because the way I understand it, they lived in a mansion in the Hollywood Hills and would just jam and record and build on that. But, you know, you take an edible, you listen to that album, it's like unbelievable.
Things to do tonight off the checklist.
Those musicians are so fucking good. Chad Smith, John Frusciante, and Flea are just so good, man.
Flea is bonkers. I mean, that's just like...
Yeah. And they're one of those bands where you can hear all the instruments. It's not like you can't hear the bass, obviously. Obviously.
All right, so we got to go back because I want to know about that. But kids, back in the day, there used to be this thing called Saturday morning cartoons.
Explain that, Brian.
That when a bunch of Karens got involved in politics, they decided that it was no longer appropriate to be marketing to children.
Oh,
all the cartoons were like marketed to sell product, and the commercials were marketed to sell product directly to children. So they decided to kill a whole amazing format.
Okay, let's talk about the format, though.
Now, everybody says it was the internet that killed it. It wasn't. It was a bunch of Karens, a bunch of moms that didn't want people marketing to kids. They still don't do it to this day because they think it's unfair. I think it's amazing. You tell a kid to buy a Star Wars figure. The kid bothers the shit out of the parent. They eventually get their Star Wars figure. There's nothing better than genius capitalistic marketing, and they wrecked it. Continue.
Right. Well, I was just saying, let's establish the format first, because some people might not know. I doubt we have any young people listening to this.
No, but they need to know this. They need to know what they've missed out on.
So it would start like really early in the morning, like maybe 6 a.m.
It was 6 a.m.
And it would go to about 11 or noon. Yeah. And it was straight cartoons.
Yeah, all different times.
Let's leave the commercials out of it for a second. You would sit there in your pajamas and get a feeling that I get constantly now as an adult, which is you wake up and you start working on stuff, and all of a sudden you just start to feel disgusting because you haven't brushed your teeth and your body odor is starting to develop, and you go, oh my God, back then it was, I've got to go outside and play. And as an adult, it's, I've got to eat some breakfast. I've got to brush my teeth. I've got to take a shower. You just have this awful feeling after about 3 hours of watching television.
It can also get a little dicey as far as what the shows are, and you do have an option to check out because it may not be related. You might go, I don't want to watch this.
Well, they would try out new stuff on it, but the big staples that I remember were the Justice League,
Super Friends,
which was
mean word,
so crazy. Like this, I don't think this was a comic book first. It was just every DC superhero you could think of lived together. Yeah. In like a fraternity.
And Hall of Justice. And meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice.
And so they didn't have like a dispatch system. It was like a half an orb or something.
I'm sure you're worried about the dispatch. They didn't have Margaret answering the phone.
Well, it was very funny in that like, oh, something's going on. We all got to go pitch in. And
there was the noise. Didn't they get a noise? Was there a noise? A video screen or something like that?
Well, it's a video screen. And what's weird is it would only be like one thing an episode. If it was a real city, there'd be like 18 things a day at least, right? And then, just for good measure...
Because it was the Legion of Doom was up to no good, dude.
Oh, so there was also a group of bad guys.
Yeah, who had their own swamp.
Oh, so they didn't bother with like muggings and murders.
That's what they put the Wonder Twins and then the kids, Wendy and
that's
Marvin.
What I wanted to talk about. Yeah. There was these two made-up characters we've never seen before called the Wonder Twins. And they had a monkey named Zeke. And the Wonder Twins had superpowers, but they were the worst superpowers. Yeah. One could form into water.
Yes. Or anything like that, yeah.
And
so ice, water. Yeah.
And it would be so weird because like I form a bucket of water. It's like, yeah, you're also forming a bucket.
Yeah.
Right? You're not just forming water.
Yeah.
And a lot of time it would be like, I'm an ice gun or something, right? They never took it that far, but it'd be like, I'm an ice shield.
Yeah.
And then the other one had a kind of a better superpower. You could form an animal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good. So you could just form into, but you already got a monkey there, so you don't have to worry about that. So you could just become
Oblique.
Yeah. You can become a hippopotamus and just murder somebody.
I guess depending on the scenario. By the way, for those of you who are interested, and you can go to my YouTube page.
Yeah.
And Matt and I, a long time ago, made a short film called Super Precinct.
Filmed at the Herald Examiner, which is where a lot of cop, and Craig's in it too.
Craig is in it. Yeah, all three of us are in it. I'm
Tom
not in it much,
Segura
but
is in it.
Tom Segura's in it, yeah. Who else is in it?
I think he's the only famous person in it. Louis Anderson's in it? No, that's another one.
No, that was a different one.
And then what you were talking about this is where kids were advertised to in the biggest way in history probably, was there'd be tons of breakfast cereals.
Yes. And toys.
And tons of toys. And you wanted all of it.
Everything.
You would be summoning your parents. Like after the third time your favorite commercial was on, you'd be like going to get them to show it to them. And it was always like, we'll see.
Dude, we'll see. If you go to YouTube, there is a great, this is how far they took advertising back then. There is a great advertisement for Mego made action figures that were probably maybe like 6 to 8 inches tall, not like the little tiny ones that you get the Star Wars figures now. And I'm not even shitting you. I think that commercial was like 3 minutes long.
Really?
And it's outstanding.
Really?
They literally go through their whole catalog. And when you're a kid, you're like, yes, and yes. And you know what I mean? They're just like, and you should buy this one. You're like, I should. And they just go on for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. And the commercials were always awesome because it was always kids playing outside, right?
Yeah.
In the natural environment. Like doing some amazing stuff with these action figures.
The kids playing with the toys were so excited.
Stoked.
Yeah.
Stoked.
And now that I'm older and wiser, you can only imagine the child actors that had to act all excited, and then they go home, they don't even have the toys.
Hopefully
They've seen the toys, and they didn't get the toys.
The toys probably weren't out at the time they did it.
So they needed to keep the toy probably.
Another great commercial was all the Evel Knievel stuff. For those who don't know Evel Knievel, but you've seen the movie Hot Rod. If you've seen Hot Rod,
I just watched that this week. I love Hot Rod. I think it's one of the funniest movies.
I made my youngest son watch with me last night.
I just watched it 2 days ago. I swear to God, all this weird cosmic shit is happening right now.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to somebody else at the Improv that same time I was talking about the Comics Unleashed that was airing while I was talking about it.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I just started listening to the Lonely Island podcast and I've been watching all their videos. I'm like, me too. What the fuck? That podcast has been out for 2 years. I don't know what's going on. But then I had to watch Hot Rod. And that movie was so fucking
so funny because it's so ridiculous. And I ended up showing it to him because I think there's this movie that came out with one of the guys from Stranger Things. It's on Hulu. It's called Pizza Movie. We produced it. Yeah, thank you. That's right. You guys, it's actually a really funny movie, and it's really funny because it's so over the top, and you're not getting a lot of it. It's like if you're gonna do it, just fucking go all out. Like seriously, go all out.
I'm with you.
It definitely had some elements for me as the older person watching it because it's not made for me. It's made for my son.
Yeah.
But it had elements of Animal House in it, right?
Yeah, I just watched that too.
And
this is so weird.
And it had elements
dreaming?
of Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
You just watched what? Animal House?
I just watched Animal House too. Like I'm finding like this is happening to me.
We are all connected, man.
No, dude, the Matrix is out of ideas. God's dreaming. God's
is that what it
God's
is?
not dreaming properly right now.
By the way, going back to the Evel Knievel thing, but you should watch old Evel Knievel footage because everybody watched it. We've talked about this on the podcast before. You guys disagree with me. I said people tuned in because they want to see him get hurt. You guys said no, because he succeeded every once in a while, which is true.
Well, as we know, I come from a strong Christian background, and I'm the only one that fell for the philosophies, so I never wanted to see him get hurt.
But that's the beauty of the movie Hot Rod.
Yes.
And the opening scene is if you want to know what kind of movie this is going to be,
So funny.
if you don't laugh laugh at what happens in the opening scene. You might as well just turn it off at that point. So.
Because Andy Samberg is so funny. We get one of our first Danny McBride appearances. We got Fist Foot Way and then this. This is way before Kenny Powers. But he's playing the same character he always plays.
But he's very toned down, which is interesting. He's not the guy.
He's kicking the shit out of somebody going, I go to church every Sunday.
That's when Kenny Powers showed up.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, he kind of like, he stayed in his lane. Yeah. That they gave him his moment.
But when he steals the TV, he's Kenny Powers.
There's
a lot of Kenny Powers. There's a lot of Kenny Powers in there.
But so there's also this guy on.
Bill Hader's great in it too. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All of them. No, again, that movie's stacked.
It's good.
When I say stacked, it's not just stacked with people that you recognize. It has to be better than that. It has to be stacked with people that fucking deliver.
They deliver.
And they deliver. Every single one deliver. I don't even know who that guy is that plays his stepbrother. Even that guy was fucking hilarious.
He's part of that Lonely Island thing.
He nailed it, right? As that character.
Nailed it. Everybody nails it. Sissy Spacek is in the thing. She's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Hot Rod. Where were we talking about?
Oh, I was talking about the jumps.
Oh, you're talking about Evel Knievel.
And so there's a guy that actually has the Evel Knievel toy that he's advertised.
Yeah.
But now, and he's got a pretty decent following on social media. He has the toy, and he's constantly jumping shit. And it's like, I don't know.
I follow this guy too.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm fascinated with it, but I watch these things over, and he does it always in slow motion. He makes it look awesome. The toys normally crash.
With the toys?
With the Evel Knievel toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, Evel Knievel is like Jackass, but serious.
Oh, so
like it was like serious.
Here's the thing people don't understand too. Like, right, we are in a world which is totally fine, where people are trying to sober up and trying to do the right thing. We live in this world now, but you need to understand the 70s and the 80s, even the 60s. 60s were more drugs. 70s were a little bit drugs, but then alcohol was always a thing, especially beer drinking.
Yes.
And Andre the Giant and Evel Knievel, those motherfuckers were known for pounding down cases upon cases of beer every single day.
On the way to work.
All the time. And we just laughed about it back then.
Yeah.
I mean, they pounded them down.
There's like a photograph or maybe even video of old Redskins. Obviously, it's called the Redskins back then.
Yeah.
Where Joe Gibb goes to, what's the guy's name? Rizzo or something?
Oh, John Riggins?
John Riggins. And they're on John Riggins.
John Riggins was the running back for the Washington Redskins back in the
John
70s
Riggins is just drinking a beer at the and if you watch the Michael Jordan documentary that came out during the pandemic, excellent documentary.
Yes.
Michael Jordan is talking about how when he first joined the Bulls, there'd be players drinking beer like right afterwards, smoking cigarettes right afterwards, and he said sometimes even the players would get out of the game while the game was still going on, bum a cigarette off the coach, go smoke a cigarette, and then come back and play in the fourth quarter. How crazy is that, man?
You can see, especially baseball, the Chicago Cubs, because I grew up in partly in Illinois and then the rest of my life in Wisconsin. But once cable came in, you could get WGN, which was Channel 9, and on cable, they played all the Cubs games. So you know, if you had nothing else to do as a kid, you could watch the games, and it was you every once in a while. They would take a shot of the dugout, and you could see either players or coaches smoking cigarettes in there. I mean, it's...
You gotta love that, dude. These are athletes.
And I always tell people when they complain about how sometimes like to be like, oh, I can't believe that guy almost punched that guy. I'm like, watch old footage of basketball, NBA, and Major League Baseball games back in the 70s.
Yeah.
They actually hit each other. They didn't fuck around. Like, there was actual fist fights. With, like, real people getting broken noses, teeth getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Guys running it. And baseball dudes would run after each other with bats in their hands.
Right.
Like, they were out of their fucking minds.
Right.
It was just... You remember when people used to run on fields?
Of course.
It was...
I've been to baseball games now.
Did you ever storm a field?
No, but I can't imagine how you would do that now. I guess you just got to like have the balls to jump over the wall.
I mean, listen, everybody, you know, for the most part, if you've ever heard of Hank Aaron, you've probably seen, you know, the famous moment where he breaks Babe Ruth's record.
Yeah.
And
the whole stadium
fucking is on the field.
The whole stadium.
And that dude had to have been scared fucking shitless because you have to understand, leading up to that game, he was getting so many racists that wanted to kill him because he was about to break a white man's record.
Yeah, right.
Imagine him just trying to celebrate that moment with all those people running the field with no security.
All those white people.
Yeah, they're probably the ones that can afford the game. But so, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy that they even allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker just ran, and I don't blame him, straight off the field.
Did he?
Oh,
Yeah.
Nobody's staying on the field to sell. He's not staying on the field. Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't.
Do you even think they were checking people at the gate for, like, weapons?
No. I mean, I'm scared enough just walking to my car as an anonymous person after the game.
You gotta love them times.
As someone who's worked heavily in security, I will say we are always outnumbered. So it's not that hard to get.
Yeah. If anyone has seen this footage, I don't know if people are familiar with this. There was an attack on the Capitol, January 6th, 2021, and they didn't really have that under control at all.
So, Aaron, that's an interesting point. I guess that's always stuck in the back of your head, that if those 150 people in front of you waiting to get past you make a collective decision that they want to get past you, you're fucked, right? Like, it's over.
I mean, you just get out of the way. That's kind of the protocol. Like, you get out of the way and regain control at some point.
Yeah.
Did you ever have guys?
I worked at a Pennywise concert where like a stairwell was just like abandoned. It was like, okay, let it go for a minute, and then we'll try to stop it after the people get off.
They took the wise out of Pennywise.
Did you ever have guys that really thought they could make a difference, and they thought they could stop this shit and stayed in the fray for just
everybody does for the first 3 weeks, including me. I'm not. I thought I was hot shit.
Yeah.
It was,
That's another Danny McBride movie.
I mean, how would you? Do you carry anything with you? Do you mace?
Little flashlight.
But you use the backside of the flashlight if you had to defend yourself.
It's a tiny little flashlight. You can't even.
It's a mini flashlight.
So you guys aren't allowed.
You got to stick it between your fingers and punch them like this.
So is it a legal thing where you guys aren't allowed to have anything that could cause harm? Is that why you didn't have anything on you?
Yeah.
All right. That's crazy. I couldn't. I'm
at that Pennywise show. It was at Cox Arena in San Diego State, where, it's a giant arena that is very steep, and there would only be like 4 stairwells that lead to the floor, and everything else there's like no seats that slowly glided down there, and a guy jumped, and I caught him.
Wait, what?
I caught him in midair.
Why? Because you wanted to save him?
I was, A, you're supposed to, and then B, it didn't belong on the floor.
You can't punch somebody in the throat, but you have to save them if they're jumping from 4 stories above you?
It wasn't 4 stories. It's like
3.
15 feet. But but I was impressed enough with myself that I did that. I handed him right to somebody who.
Hold on. So you actually caught him?
Yeah, I was 20. I mean, it was not smart.
Did you catch him like a baby?
No.
And did you go, there, baby?
No, like 2 hands, like, boom, caught him.
Did he thank you at least? Or was he mad that you caught him?
No, he was trying to get to the floor. He was trying to be on the floor for the Pennywise concert.
Did you ever do security? Would you ever even do it?
No, the closest I did was lifeguarding. And that's a lot like site repping. You're just telling people not to do stuff all day, and they just hate you.
I know. I don't know why I choose jobs where I just know someone's going to hate me within 20 minutes. I don't know why. It's just, I don't want to, because once I'm in it, I'm like...
The good thing about lifeguarding is every once in a while you get to save someone's life in front of people.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's right. I'm here for a reason. And it ain't just to keep you off the lane lines.
How long do you get to wear that victory before it's over?
It's like Eminem and 8 Mile, man. You go right back to work. Like... I won the rap battle, but I'm going back to the factory. You climb right back up on that stand and you do your fucking job like an American.
That's the thing that I think back about in that moment where I caught this guy is I immediately handed him off to somebody who I think did not want to deal with this guy.
Yeah.
And went right back to monitoring the situation. And I'm always like, did anything actually happen with that guy? Did he get tossed out of the venue?
I thought you were going to tell me that you handed him over to that guy and they just let him go, so the whole point was moot.
They might have. I turned around. I have no idea. I'll never know.
Oh, you were so serious. You turned back down to get your eyeballs back on your spot.
Again,
Let's look at you.
This was like 3 weeks into the job.
If you were that person, please hit us at the Full Charge on Instagram, Twitter.
Misconnections?
Yeah, Misconnections.
Has that ever worked?
Chris Fairbanks just told us Misconnections started his comedy career last week. He said he answered an ad in the paper that said, you were the dickhead that I kicked out of my party, and he contacted them and joined their improv group.
Okay, but if I remember correctly, yes, he did tell that story, but that was local.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like misconnections on Craigslist. I wonder if that shit ever works. It's so convoluted. How could it work?
It's got to work. It had to work in the past. I think it worked. Because I think if you flirted with somebody at the grocery store and you both knew it was great, but the dude dropped the ball and didn't get the number, I bet you
think people actually ran to...
It's worked at least once.
Okay, well, yes.
And
once.
I buy the Chris Fairbanks thing as a valid connection. Missoula's not that small. Thanks for listening to the Full Charge Power Hour. Pledge on Patreon, patreon.com/the Full Charge. And we'll talk to you next week. Peace out.
I just realized we never went to your clip.
Fully charged.
Yeah.